Live from South Fork, Colorado, it's the CBD Game Show, brought to you by Incorrigible Candy, with your host, Donovan.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Incorrigible Candy CBD Game Show. I'm your host, Donovan, and I'm joined today by Wendy Love Edge. Say hi, Wendy.
Hey.
Renee from KM420 Radio.
Hello, everybody.
And Derek, Wieand?
Wieand.
Derek Wieand. Musician, producer, and all-around cool guy. You'll hear more about from him later. Say hi.
Hey.
All right. This is how it's going to go. We have a contestant, Karen. Say hi, Karen. Our panelists are three
I'm
panelists.
here and hi. That's me.
All right.
I'm walking. I'm multitasking. Sorry.
There you go. Our panelists are all going to have 4 rounds. Our 3 panelists are going to have 4 rounds of timed questions, yes or no questions, in which to try and deduce what Karen's secret is. Now, your first round is going to be 60 seconds of yes or no questions. You cannot guess until the end of the round. At the end of each round, I will give each panelist 1 guess at what Karen's secret is. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
We're ready.
All right, Karen, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. Wendy Love Edge, you have 60 seconds. Yes or no questions. Go.
All right. First, I want to introduce myself a little more. I'm the host of the Wendy Levitt Show with Topher Kogan. Also created it with Topher. And so let's start with the questions. Hi, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I am good. It's sunny.
It is really sunny. So let's see. So is your secret related to something in your family?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Does your secret have something to do with your childhood?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Does it have something to do with does your secret have something to do with your parents?
Technically, yes.
Oh dear, technically. I was on a roll there. All right, something to do with your family, your childhood, your parents.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. That was
2,
fast.
1.
Time. No. You went through 60 seconds goes fast. It'll catch up. So, all right. Hold your guesses. Moving on from Wendy, now to Renee from KM420 Radio at mixlr.com. Hello.
How's everybody doing today? So,
Fantastic.
I'm Renee,
I'm
aka the Ganja Girl. I do KM420 Radio with Miss Farrah Hunter, so you guys make sure to check us out. The website address is www.mixler.com/KM420-radio. And you can just basically Google KM420 Radio and you'll find something that we're doing, which is always something. So Karen, hello. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Does your secret have anything to do with ghosts?
With ghosts? No.
No?
No.
Does your secret have anything to do with siblings?
No.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see.
This is a hard one. I feel bad for you guys.
20 seconds.
I had all these questions thought out, as I was thinking, and it just doesn't.
No, never does.
Question hot seat.
You should have wrote them down.
Do many people know your secret?
Yes.
Okay.
That's time. That's time. That's going to do us for that round. Hold your guesses. All right. And we're going to move on to Derek. YN. Derek, musician, producer, extraordinaire, drummer, doing all kinds of crazy stuff out there, right? You got solo projects going on. You're in 3 bands. Is that correct?
Several projects. I'm not even going to list them. I don't want to waste
Not
my
even
time.
going to list them. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. You ready with yes or no questions?
I am.
All right. Let's go ahead and hit it. 60 seconds on the clock. Go.
Is your secret a living thing?
Technically, no. Okay,
No.
no.
Is your secret a toy?
No.
Well, while I'm thinking, you can find me on YouTube as OSC1. That's abbreviation for Oscillator 1. I do electronic music. It's fun.
Yes.
Is your secret a tool?
No, I don't think so.
I'm going to pause your time real quick, and I'm going to give you a second on that. There's two questions of yours need clarification, and I'm going to give you clarification without revealing too much. A tool. Technically, what she's talking about, that item, an item that's involved in that was invented as to solve a problem. So in that sense, it is technically a tool. However, in our society, we don't use it as that for that. Well, we do, but we wouldn't consider it that way. So that question is going to kind of send you in the wrong direction. Your other question about if it is a living thing. On an existential level, absolutely, it can be considered a living thing if you want to talk about it that way. But is it a living thing like an animal or a plant? No. Okay. Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right. You've got 10 seconds left on the clock. Whenever you're ready, go.
Is your secret a feeling?
Oh, that's making a guess.
That's
Right on the end of the round. You can't make a guess. It's okay. You only had 10 seconds left, so that was like literally your time. You can't make a guess yet. You're gonna get a chance to do that in a second. The next round, just remember, yes or no questions until we get to this part. Now we're at the guessing part section of the round. So we're gonna jump back to Wendy. Wendy,
I'm supposed to guess now? Is it?
Okay, you got a chance to listen to everything that everybody's got, or all the questions they've asked. Now you get an opportunity to make an actual guess at what her secret is. Do you got a guess for me?
Do I just say yes or no?
No. She gets to guess. She gets to guess, and you have to just answer if it's true or false. Well, I mean, if she gets right or not.
Okay, true or false.
Her mother gave birth to her in the woods.
Did your mother give birth to you in the woods, Karen? Is that your secret?
That's a good guess, but no.
Is it?
False.
That's not the one. No, it's not the one. Good guess, though, Wendy. I like where your head's at. I like where your head's at. All right. Moving back down to Renee. Renee, are you ready?
Sure. Karen, is your secret about cannabis?
That's a question. Is that what you're questions now?
I mean, if you don't have a guess, you could ask another question if you wanted, but you get a chance to guess what her secret is.
Is your secret about the first time you smoked cannabis?
Let me think about that for a second. No, false.
Oh,
That's
it's
false.
not.
That would have been cool,
that's
though.
not it. That would be cool. All
It's
right.
a possibility. I could have forgotten, but I think it's false.
They may have occurred at the same time.
It's a possibility, but it's false.
And Derek Wieand, are you ready with your guess?
Is your secret that you fell off of a trampoline in an embarrassing way. I don't know.
I mean, technically, that has happened in my life, but that's not my secret. No.
Oh, it's not the secret. All right. That's going to do it for round one. So before we go into round two, we're going to have a little sit-down chat with Wendy Lovedge. Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic. I got a chance to watch your show. That show again is Wendy Lovedge show with Topher Kogan, right? Kogan?
Yes.
Topher Kogan, hilarious.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, we try to make it entertaining and fun. The point is more education, but I think we do it in a really fun way. And then we provide entertainment by having the buds now are between segments, and we invite musicians if they want to be on the show to email us and let us know. The person who books the show for music and art is Mike Kinkle. That's Mike Kinkle Booking at gmail.com.
Good. Make sure to have his link available at the bottom at the end of the show.
Absolutely. And then I book the Green Zone guests, which is all about plant medicine, mostly cannabis, but we also talk about other things and related to plant medicine like psilocybin or even other types of mushrooms. And then we have a health guest, which is a little more serious, but it's kind of tucked in there, so you learn something about your health and wellness. And it's been lots of fun. We have great sponsors from all over. If anyone's interested in sponsorship, we're on Patreon. And we have a really reasonable sponsorship package. We love promoting products and companies that are related, from health providers, wellness practitioners, to cannabis folks, CBD companies. It's been just fantastic journey. We're in season 4. I can't believe it. So you can check it out on YouTube. You can also watch it on the WeedTube. If you're in Fayetteville, Arkansas, you can watch it on FPTV. And then we're on all the major podcasting formats. It airs in Boston on Activate Radio, and it airs on KM420.
Bada bing, bada boom. What day of the week do you guys normally have new content uploaded? Or are you guys doing constant shows now?
This season, we decided to have the premiere on Monday evening at 8 o'clock Central on Facebook. So that's the first place you can see it. And then it rolls out to all the other formats, whether it's radio or podcasting or TV. So if you're interested in being a guest, if you're interested in being a sponsor, email. It's the Wendy Lovedge Show at gmail.com, really easy to remember. And we're always looking for more guests about all the range of topics. We added so Topher does his own segment this season. It's called Little Philosophies, and he's interviewing all different people from all different walks of life and jobs, not necessarily about what they do, could be about any topic. So that's been really fun too.
That's awesome. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I've checked out a lot of your shows all right now. I'm not all the way, I'm only like halfway through season 3 right now. So I'm getting caught up, but there's a lot of great content. You have a lot of great people on your show. I know the doctor you had from season 1 or season 2 was phenomenal. Encourageable Candy and crew, we do a lot of research and topics about our products, especially when it comes to cannabinoids and cooking. And a lot of the things that a lot of the people you have on there are saying the right kinds of things and things we want to hear coming from the industry, because there's a lot of misinformation and just quick marketing to get money out the door and what have you. And anytime you can educate a buyer, the better.
Yeah. I mean, I came to this, I'm a patient. I was told I was going to die in 2011, was on 16 pharmaceuticals. Cannabis saved me, along with other natural medicine. And I am determined that everyone knows all the truth about health and wellness and cannabis. So that's where it's coming from. And I really appreciate that you enjoy it and recognize the content for the quality that it is. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. We're going to thank our other sponsors, Encourageable Candy, as always, and Opal Stack. I always mess this line up for some reason. Opal Stack, online Online solutions for modern entrepreneurs. I messed it up again. Whatever. I'll rewrite it. Anyways, going back to the questions. All right. So we're going into round 2. Still 60 seconds on the clock. You have 60 seconds for yes or no questions, and then we'll follow that up with a guessing round. Wendy, 60 seconds on the clock. Yes or no questions. A quick recap. No ghosts are involved. Yeah, that's my best one. That was the funniest.
That's the recap. All right.
I had to keep notes because, I'm smoking here and trying to remember. There's notes here.
I have no idea how that it is. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. I'm ready.
Go.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So is this about an object?
Yes.
An object in childhood and your parents. Okay. Is the object a toy? I think somebody asked that already, but
They did,
No.
but no, it is not a toy.
not a
Is
toy.
it no?
Is the object something to do with cooking?
No.
Yeah. Is the object something that you needed for school?
Yes. It's a possibility. Yes.
Yeah,
For school.
most schools require them.
Is it something for school like that you need to use in the classroom?
Yes, you could. Yes.
Okay, you could. um,
5 seconds.
it's sort of a tool that you could use in the classroom.
Time. That's going to do it. You have to ponder that one till your next round. All right.
I think this is
Okay.
a better secret than I thought in my head.
It is. It is. Are you ready?
I am.
All right. Hit it.
Okay. Karen, is this object an electronic device?
No.
No. Is this something that you would use in school every day?
You could. Yes. You should probably part of it. Yes.
Let's see.
20
Oh,
seconds.
well, while I can't think, let me talk about a project that we're involved in. It's called Walk for Change.
Okay.
You guys can find out all the information at www.walk4change.us. And what it's about is a walk that's going to take place across country, and it's to bring awareness to our cannabis rights, the ones that we want, because the playing field isn't very level for states like Texas, who has literally like no legalization really at all. We also don't have petitions, referendums, or anything like that other states have. So that brings me to the next thing. If you guys are out in any major city, look up, there's a nationwide walk called...
Yeah, walk number 4 change.us.
Walk number
Well, there's
4
another
change.
one that's happening on March 12th in like every major city. They're trying to get every major city involved. The one that's in Houston is going to be at the Houston City Hall. So Google KM420 radio. The information is throughout that page. We promote it, and we need bodies so that we can give our government officials a message. They don't know if people don't show up. They don't
Absolutely.
know what we want,
Absolutely.
So I can't think of a question right this second.
That's okay. You got 15 seconds.
Is it
Yes or no? Let me
does
give
your
you
object
ideas.
make
Let
noise?
me give you some ideas. Think guess who? Think guess who? Think guess
Does-
who?
Does your object make noise?
Not the game. You don't remember the game Guess Who? Like how you would whittle down
yeah.
what something is? Think about how to whittle down what it is. Think about how to whittle down what it might be. You got 15 seconds on the clock. Go.
Yes, it makes noise.
Okay. Does your object fit in a pocket?
It could, yes.
Okay.
That's
Is your
time.
object a book?
Go ahead and ask it.
Is your object a book?
That's a guess.
With
No, you don't get to ask
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yes or no
Is it
question.
made of
That's a
paper?
violation to the rules.
Violation. Buzzer. Bzzz. We normally have a buzzer sound or something. All right, we're going on. Not big deal. Not big deal, Renee. Not big deal, Renee. We're going on to Derek. Derek, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, do it. Hit it.
Makes noise. Oh my gosh. That one threw me through a loop. I thought I was able to whittle it down.
Ooh. New information stirred the pot.
Is this object? Can this object produce music?
Yes, it can. You can do it.
Is this object partially made of wood?
Can be.
It could be, yeah.
There's a lot of room.
Is that it? Is that time?
Nope, you got 10 seconds.
All right, that's a tractor if you can hear that. It's really loud.
Is there words on it, on your object?
This specifically, yes, but it doesn't always.
There's a good answer. All right, all right, all right. That's going to end the question portion of our round. Now it's on to the guessing portion of our round. Back to Wendy. Wendy Love Edge.
Oh, God.
Do you have a guess for me on what this weird object and or secret, whatever the combination of that it might be? Do you have a guess?
I'm going to say, she said it sort of had to do with her parents. If it's in her pocket, it makes music.
It can make music.
It
can
can,
make
so
music.
it's not
It's not specifically to make music with, and it does make, somebody asked if it makes a sound, and yes, it does have a sound, and that sound is affiliated with it.
She had one of those buzzers when she was a kid that her mother swallowed. I have no idea.
You have creative answers. That'd be cool, but no, it's definitely not. Not even close.
No.
Sorry.
Not even.
That's not it. That's not it, Wendy. Moving
You're
on.
really cold on the hot cold spectrum.
I'm really cool.
Really cold, really cold. Renee,
Nice.
moving down to
Ice
you.
cubes.
Is your object a pager?
Is it what?
A pager?
Oh, no.
No, it's not a
Do they-
pager.
Do they even make those things anymore?
Surprisingly. That
Oh,
that
pager.
was the thing whenever I was in high school.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought those
for sure,
existed.
for sure, for sure. All right. Derek Wieand, are you ready with the guess? I think you should guess with whatever you were thinking before that last little bit of information. I think maybe you were on the right track. You're letting yourself get psyched out.
Is your secret that you used to carry a harmonica around in your pocket?
How did you not know? Because that's not the secret.
It's not this.
What a guess! And I like how right on the money it was like, he was your secret, you used to carry around a harmonica. That's, I mean,
It's
yes.
a good guess, though.
That's a great guess. That's a great guess. Unfortunately,
Those things
no,
are
that is
fun.
not the answer. All right. However,
It does fit all those answers, though.
That does. It does fit all of those. All right. So we're going to be heading into round 3. When we get back to round 3, we're going to be speeding time up now, guys. You're only going to get 30 seconds to ask yes or no questions. Time is getting faster. Now, I will offer you guys at the beginning of the round a hint. All right. We'll get back to that hint after a word from Miss Renee. Renee.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey,
How are you
Renee,
doing?
Renee.
How are you guys doing today? Everybody's good?
Doing fantastic. So Renee is joining us again from KM420 Radio at mixlr.com. We've got a lot of stuff going on, Renee. We've got the walk going on. And that's walk the number 4 change US, right?
Yes.
You guys got a big thing. You're trying to get a drive going for March 12th to get more bodies down there, so you guys can
Right.
help start the movement of change for legislation rights and 50 state legalization, right?
Yeah, it's a tough thing here in Texas to get legalization. You have a huge, medical industry here, that kind of wants to keep things the way they are. You got a huge oil and gas industry here that want to keep things the way that they are. The state government doesn't allow for any type of referendums, no type of, petitions. So you literally have to elect the people in to, calendar what you want heard, or, you just keep on having what we have with Governor Abbott and people like him. So
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's a little tough. So any kind of awareness is great as far as I'm concerned, which is why I kind of jumped into doing the radio stuff that I do. Again, that's KM 420 radio. Just to give a different platform. I love all kinds of local music. It gives the essence of, different particular cities, no matter where you are, it's, so I like to give them a platform. A lot of times, I think that music and cannabis will change the world. So that's why I do what I do. I do rebroadcasts of other people's shows so that they can also get a further audience, spread the word.
Heck yeah, absolutely. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. Well, before we get back, I just want to before we go back to that, I just want to recover that. That is Renee, KM420 Radio at mixlr.com. 24/7 cannabis content. Anything you want to know about what's going on in the cannabis world, go to KM420 Radio. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. So we're entering round 3. Time is speeding up. 30 seconds for yes or no questions is now what the time is. I'm going to offer you guys a hint. Now, here's the thing about the hint.
I like hints.
The hint can help. The hint can hurt. The hint may not be what you think it is, but I'm going to offer it to you. Would you like the hint?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone wants the hint. All right.
Am I supposed to say the hint or do you?
No. I get to do the hint. Hint
Oh,
all
okay.
me.
But it's my secret.
Yeah, it is your secret, but I like making up the hint because I like to make it not help. No. More difficult.
Put inflection on different words.
Exactly.
Use me anymore.
So we had a very awesome question about whether or not it was a living thing. And I would say this: habits can be living things when you think about it.
Habit?
And this may
Habit?
be a bad faux pas habit.
Oh, that's rude.
That is a technical hint. If they're paying attention,
Could
it's
be.
a technical hint. Okay. If it wasn't, you wouldn't feel like it's a secret and or be pseudo embarrassed about it. So
That's true.
there we go. All right. Wendy. I know it was a rough one, huh? Didn't really help out as much as you thought it would,
In case
did
you
it?
thought you knew. You definitely don't.
Definitely don't.
All right. You ready to go?
All right. So she said it was partly made out of wood. All right. Is it something used for grooming?
Not for grooming.
No.
Oh my gosh. Is it something that is a container for something you put on your body?
I
You know,
feel like that would be kind of a yes. Not a container isn't the good word, but
I'm going to pause the time for a second. Say your question one more time for me, Wendy.
is it some kind of container for something that's in it? Like, that she was keeping in her pocket. You know,
No. That would be no. That'd be a no. That'd be a no.
no.
You've got 10 seconds on the clock. Go.
10 seconds. Well, I don't have a question. So I guess please check out my book, Helpful Hannah Educates Herself About Cannabis, on Amazon. It's a children's book to educate and break the stigma, because I feel like the only way we're going to break the stigma really is to start with the next generation, and teaching the children the truth about cannabis goes a long way.
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely, it does. We'll talk more about that a little later. I'm going to come back to you on that. All right. So moving on to Renee. Renee, you got 30 seconds on the clock. Yes or no questions. Are you ready to go?
No, but that's irrelevant.
Exactly. God, go. Yeah, go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
Let's see. I am like totally blank. There's so many possible questions.
15 seconds.
Think of anything, something.
Oh, okay. While I'm here, you guys can always check out the Wendy Love Edge Show rebroadcast on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So there's that.
There's that. You have
Yeah.
5 seconds for one question. Hit me.
I
No, that's
Colors
nothing. See? It's harder than you think. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ask some questions. I'll guess in no time. Nope, not that easy. Not that easy. Moving on. Back down to Derek. Derek, I know you've been sitting there looking at that pad, man. I know you've been sitting there looking at that pad. I know you got some good questions for me. You got 30 seconds. Yes or no questions. Run it.
Is this object a piece of something that used to be living?
Can
It could be. This specifically, I don't think so. I'd be a little weirded out, but
It's less about the object and more about what the secret about this object is.
Does it involve your shoes?
yes.
Yes.
You are getting warmer.
5. Time. All right. That's going to end that section of questions. But now, guess what? We're getting to go on to guesses. So we're jumping back to Wendy. Wendy, we just had a big revelation. It has something to do with shoes. What's your guess?
She kept her baby shoelaces in her pocket every day.
I'd have to
That's not
say,
it. That's-
I think I love all of your guesses.
yeah.
They would definitely
very,
classify as a secret.
I'm a
What's the word?
creative, you know. Yeah, there's that.
Your guesses make my secret look lame.
Oh no.
But no, I don't do
That's
that.
actually really true about that. All right. So Renee, your guess time. Has something to do with the shoes. It is not that she kept her baby shoelaces in her pocket.
Apparently it's a lame secret now, so.
Do you draw designs on your shoes?
Do I put what? I don't know why it's hard to hear you.
Do
Do
you
you
draw
draw
designs on your shoes?
No. It could be a possibility with the secret, but no, I've never done that. I always thought that was weird. No offense if you've done it.
I haven't. I used to draw on my jeans in high school, though, just out of boredom.
I drew on everything: backpacks, clothes, walls,
Yeah.
people.
I would get in trouble, so I think I learned as a small child. You just don't draw on stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you put like embellishments on your shoes, like gems, No.
But that you
Not my
only get
secret.
one guess. You get one guess, but that's okay. Moving on.
Hint.
Derek.
What was the hint?
Derek.
I'm really confused now.
I can't imagine what the object is, so I'm just gonna guess. Is the secret you used to keep a lucky charm in your shoe?
That's a good guess too, but no.
Yes.
No.
That's not
Never had
it.
a
That's
lucky
not it.
charm.
That's not
Yeah.
it. That's not
Very
it. All right, all
false.
right. I'm going to give you guys another guess before we start the next round, but that's not it. So we're going to go into round 4. In round 4, you only get 15 seconds for yes or no questions. Oh my goodness, it's speeding up. Oh, it's getting tougher and tougher. But before we do that, we're going to take a few moments to talk with my man Wieand, because he's just got a ton of stuff going on. Musician, producer, produces music for Wendy's show and a number of other shows. You can contact him and he's going to talk to you about that, about getting stuff produced for you, as well as plays in a number of different bands. Just go ahead. What do you got? Hit me. Derek, tell me what's going on.
Can you hear me?
Lag time?
Is he
There we go.
frozen?
We're good. Okay, we're good. We're good.
There we go.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I've been producing electronic music since 2011. I've been playing music on piano and drums since it's been almost 20 years. Oh no, no. Yeah, we're borderlining 20 years of music playing and practicing. But yeah, I love to write with and for people. Obviously, I perform and I practice all the time, and just working with others gives me the most fulfillment. So if you're a co-writer, or if you have a video game or podcast or anything, any kind of entertainment that needs music, I love to write.
We have all of those things. We have a video game. We have a show. We have we'll talk.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I've written for 3 VR games. And yeah, I mean, I love to write and I love to share music with people. It's my favorite thing. So
Good. We'll definitely talk more about that after the show, because I have something I've been working on for a minute. Anything else you want to talk about, touch base on before we get back at it?
Hit up my bands on Spotify. The Candid full stop. So it's the Candid period full stop. And then we've got No Sweater. And then my solo artist page is Oscillator 1. So Oscillator with the number 1, no space, just OS. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it, man. Great music, great times, great guy. All right. So we're back at it. This is how it's going to go. I'm going to give you one more hint. All right. And once I give you that hint, you're going to get 15 seconds only for yes or no questions. Okay. 15 seconds only. This fashion faux pas is often accompanied with dad clothing. That's your hint. Wendy Love Edge, are you ready? You've got 15 seconds. Yes or no questions. Go.
With dad clothing and fits in her pocket.
Hold on. I'm gonna pause this. I love the fact that here's something I love about people. It could fit in your pocket. It was a question, and to answer the question truthfully, that is the answer. I don't even see people. I've been around a lot of people that have these and wear these all the time, and so I know that they do go in pockets quite often, but that is not the pocket or their intent.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
If you want them
Good.
to, you could.
Yes.
If you
yes,
really
yes,
wanted
yes,
to.
yes. So
For whatever
you've got
reason.
10 seconds left on the clock.
Okay. Is
A
it
little bit of new
something?
information. Go.
Is it something worn on the head?
No, not traditionally, no.
No. And is it made out of like a towel kind of material?
It could be. I have some that are.
There you go. Boom. All right, that's going to end your turn. Moving on to Renee. Renee, yes or no questions? You've only got 15 seconds on the clock now. Are you ready?
Do you wear socks with these?
Yeah.
What was that question?
Is it?
Do you wear socks with these?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I say yes.
Can you buy embellishments to put on them
You could, yeah.
that are like
Yes, and that's
specialty
going to
for
end your
them?
time. That's going to be 15 seconds for you. Moving on. Here we go. Here we go. Derek, you got 15 seconds on the clock. Are you ready? Yes or no questions?
No, I'm not ready.
Tell me when you're ready.
You look ready. You have a notepad.
He's so
I'm
nervous.
just doodling. I'm just
This whole time I thought he's taking notes, right? No, it's gotta be this. It's gotta be this. I don't even know. What did he say? Okay. Okay. As soon as you ask the first question, you're gonna have 15 seconds. So as soon as you start, I'm gonna start the clock. You ready? Nothing? Come on.
Is
I
it
gotta start the
specific to pop culture in the 90s?
Oh, I know. I don't know.
No.
I kind of want
No. The answer's no. Move on. You have 5 seconds. 3,
Uh,
2. Time. Okay. Okay. All right. That's it. I mean, that's it gets fast, it gets rough. It gets fast, it gets rough, guys. It gets fast, it gets rough. I'm telling you. All right. So
Can I add to
I'm
your
gonna recap.
info?
I'm gonna recap all of the info before we go into this last guessing round. We're going into our final guess. You guys get one guess each, and then that's it.
That's
Game.
it. Or you guys
Okay?
are all losers.
Yes. Something that you wear socks with. It's something that it does come from her childhood, technically. It's not an it's an object. Is it having to do with an object? Yes, it has to do with an object. What about it has to do with that object is up to you. It's not an electronical thing. I can't even read that note. Yes, you have to wear them in school. And lastly, the last 2 hints, one last time.
you have to wear it in school?
Yeah, well,
I actually think it's against the rules in some schools, but
that's actually you'll understand. Just ignore that. That's misinformation. It's not going to help you in any way. Ignore what that was. So your hints again were is that it's a fashion faux pas that is often associated with dads and their clothes. Okay.
see, I don't think it's really associated with dads. I've always known it to be associated with like a certain
Really,
race.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that because and here's the thing. Culturally, I understand what your cultural heritage is. So culturally, maybe not, but in America, that is dad clothes outfits. Okay, dads do this. It's a dad thing. We make fun of them for it. All right, that's what you get. You get one guess. I'm going to Wendy Love Edge. Wendy, you got something for me.
She wore socks with sandals every day to school.
Boom! She wears socks with flip-flops. That is the freaking secret. You win!
Wait, how do I turn my camera?
Yes.
She's doing it right now. Look at that. Look at that.
And there's words.
Ridiculous.
See, there's words.
How can you make music with those?
They asked if it makes a sound. They asked if it makes a sound. Flip-flops make a sound. And somebody asked if you can make music with this. If you don't watch a lot of YouTube, since you're a YouTuber, there's a lot of people who make songs with crazy things, including
Yes.
flip-flops and all kinds of weird stuff. So,
Blue Man Group, flip flops.
Blue Man Group.
Oh, right.
You
Yeah.
know,
I can't give it right away. You gotta make it kind of hard. But yes, fantastic. So I'm gonna thank Karen for joining us. Karen, you're gonna get a bunch of wonderful cash prizes. You made it all the way to the third round. Plus, you received 2 hits. You're gonna get some bonus materials for that. We're gonna send you some stuff, and we'll follow up you later. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
No,
Now
everyone
you
else,
know
you
my
get to stay with
secret.
me. Bye, Karen. And then
Bye.
Wendy, Renee, and Derek. We're gonna talk for a quick few minutes before we get you guys out of here. So there you go, Wendy. You won. Actually, I think you're the first contestant to ever win, or panelist to ever win. So no, that's not true. Zach won. That's right. Zach did win. He guessed crazy too, out of the blue, just out of nowhere. He was not even close, and then he just got it. So you won. How's that feel?
It feels great. I am shocked. I'm absolutely shocked.
It's not as easy as it looks.
It's not, some of the answers take you down a trail that has nothing to do with it. And I thought she said they were partly wood or something. I don't know. Like
somebody asked if they could be made out of wood and stuff, and I just got to Colorado from Hawaii, and Hawaii's slipper culture is slipper culture, and I've seen slipper made out of anything and everything. So
yeah. It's interesting how that happens though, because it really takes you far away from where you were.
100%. Absolutely. So guys, since I'm talking with a bunch of people who are influencers, that you are doing things online and promoting yourselves online, I was just going to talk to you guys a couple of things real quick. Since all of this has happened and all the new content and the things you guys are doing, how do you find it being bringing new content to the market, and with everything going on? What kind of limitations you run into? What kind of problems are you running into?
Yeah, so my show, we were recording it at FPTV here in Fayetteville, and so we'd meet once a week at the studio and have all of the great things that the studio brings.
Right.
And we were kind of building our team, and we finally actually had a really cohesive working team. And then the pandemic hit. The studio closed, everything closed down. So we decided we would do the show from home. And so it was really challenging at first, because the first thing we did was bring home the cameras and lighting and all the equipment. We thought we could just make the studio here, but you can't really do that, because then you've got the SD cards, like where are you going to take them for editing? Like the whole thing just wasn't going to work. So we went to Zoom. Zoom is brand new to me. Mm-hmm. The challenge of, in season 3, we decided we would have guests send in a video instead of interviewing, because sometimes, you run into glitches and all, and we were new to it. But then we kind of get in our groove. And the cool thing, the intro to season 4, we did in my backyard. And we made it work. The part with Topher and I was just in the backyard. I decided to revisit tap dancing in the middle of this. I don't know why even exactly. And
tap dance is awesome. Don't talk bad about tap.
It was so much fun. I was a dancer when I was young and younger. I'm still young when I was younger. And so it's good exercise. It was a little hard on my joints, but it was so much fun. And and then we learned, the groove of accepting the videos, downloading, uploading, all of it, and putting together a production like we were doing in the studio. I think we've done a pretty good job, Thank you. Yeah.
We're doing a lot with a little, and that's what's important right now.
Yeah. I mean, we really, I feel like as an artist, musicians, it's our duty really to keep people entertained in these times, and to bring the truth about things. And so it was really important to me to keep going, and so with the different challenges, we kept figuring things out, and I think we finally found our groove again from home.
Yeah, I know for us out here, I mean, we're far away from everything, so it's even harder for us to get equipment. Like even stuff that we like, there's stuff that we're limited that we can't order online, and like we can't just go down the street and get it because we're far. It's like it's an hour to the closest Walmart.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
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 you're out there. Yeah.
we're out there. But it's also that separation also gives us a lot of beautiful things too. And I'm not gonna knock it, but definitely being far away from everything has changed it. And we're trying to deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, part of my wellness plan had, since I started taking back my health, was to leave the house every day. Like that was part of it because I had to get ready, get out of the house, do something, right? So,
Right.
so now I've been quarantined this whole time because I have autoimmune diseases and heart disease and such. And so it's that getting in that groove was harder than getting the show groove going and feeling okay with being here all the time, really.
What about you, Renee? How are things going for you guys? How are things changed with the radio show, or have you guys always been doing it from home studio, or what?
Well, I started doing this about 2 years ago, and whenever, KM 420 is relatively new. We're in our first year, but I've always done it from home, and for the most part, I did it by myself 24/7
Right.
for a good deal of time. In the last year, I added in my day DJ, Miss Farrah Hunter. So she's my other half with KM 420. She does from 6 o'clock in the morning until 420, and then I do from 420 until 6 o'clock in the morning. And she's been a really amazing addition to my team as far as the radio station goes, and really everything else, because we're involved in the Walk for Change, the Human Solution International, and a lot of what they're doing, bringing awareness to the general public about pot prisoners, people that are in prison for life over cannabis charges, and I work with a few others as far as advocacy, sending letters, different stuff like that. And it's really, cannabis has done so much for so many people, that it's worthy of everyone's time. The problem is a lot of people don't know it is. Think about like just all the deprivation that our bodies suffer from the time that we're born, because we're born into this, so we're all sick and we don't really know it because that's the way we've always been. At least that's the way I think. But so pretty much everything I do with Walk for Change is behind that, and trying to make a federal change for the country, global change for other countries. Just I'm just rambling. I feel
No,
like.
it's all good. It's all good. I mean, 100%. I mean, one of the things for me, like I'm from mixed heritage. I like to say that I'm what you call racially ambiguous. It's hard to tell what race I am, but I'm dark-skinned enough that I get a lot of negative attention for a lot of things. And for a long time, I stayed away from marijuana. It was strictly something that I would only do on very rare occasions when I had friends around or when I didn't have to go places. Because I literally have been arrested for being under the influence of marijuana when I hadn't smoked weed in, at that point, probably 5 years.
Wow.
I was still arrested, and the cop literally looked me dead in the face and said, "We both know you're going to fail the piss test." So that happened to me. So for a long time, I avoided marijuana like the plague, and I had PTSD issues, along with the PTSD led to a drinking problem. The drinking problem led to a pancreas problem. All of these things that I now address with and manage with CBD and cannabis. And the results and the problems, the things that I have alleviated from my life that were problems before I had the PTSD and the pancreas issues that cannabis could have been helping me with back then, they're numerous. And I feel like I was robbed of something that I could have been using that was readily available to me, and literally
All this time, right?
everybody I knew was a lot of my friends were smokers. A lot of my friends were smokers. And I just stayed away from it because I couldn't risk it. I got pulled over so often and so often. My jobs that I had, I was always working late at night. I worked in the nightclub industry and the music industry and things like that. And I would be out there at the wrong times. Cops would stop me constantly. When I was working as a bouncer at nightclubs, I would, if the cops stopped me, I was getting searched because they would come to the car. Bouncers take out trashes. Trashes at bars are full of beer and booze. So I could not smell like booze. And then, I need to do this. Like, I was getting searched constantly. I mean, there was a stretch of time in Arizona where I got pulled over 133 days in a row.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. Even on my days off,
That's crazy.
I've kept track of it because I thought it was funny. I literally got pulled over even on my days off for just weird shit. And anytime I was driving, anytime I drove, it was 133 times in a row. Because there was a couple of days where I just didn't go anywhere. I didn't get pulled over because I wasn't anywhere. But the days that I drove, just boom, boom, boom. And that was just because the timeline in which I was going to and from work were just high. Well, I mean, obviously profiling is an issue, but we're those kind of times when they're not doing that stuff, when you have checkpoints and things. So the stigma about it is very important to me. The change of the stigma is important because there's a lot of people out there that need a product like cannabis, a cannabis product, whether it be CBD or THC, and they're not getting it because of that past stigma. They're just like, oh, I'm too afraid, I can't deal with it.
Right.
That's why Encourageable Candy went with CBD for a number of reasons. And one of those big reasons is it's like Coke when you compare it to booze. The person that can't have a drink and do their job can have a soda. You can't necessarily always have the full bang effect, but there's enough of the positive benefits of medically that I don't even have to tell you, Wendy. I've listened to all the doctors on your show talk in great detail about all the positive benefits of just cannabinoids, what the cannabinoids do to the system, how they help you deal with your stress, how they help you deal with your trauma, all of those things. So just CBD in itself is at least a nice little stopgap to get you there until you're comfortable enough or you've learned how to deal with that in your body enough to move on to THC. A lot of people don't think about that fact is that it can be scary to do CBD or THC for the first time if you don't know how it's going to affect you, if you don't know how you're going to react to it. And especially when somebody just starts, don't have a panic attack. You know how stoner people are. They always say the wrong thing at the wrong time when you're trying to get somebody to do something for the right reasons.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, access is a big thing. And you were talking about stigma and, I've been a cannabis activist really since my health started recovering. And I realized that this medicine was my medicine and I wanted everybody to know about it. I think a lot of people who recover their health become that way. You can't stop talking about it, And I realized people really don't have access because of cost or where they live. And grow rights are a big issue. And so I started, going out. I spoke at the Boston Freedom Rally a couple of times and here in Arkansas at different events and in between Connecticut, Rhode Island. I started a nonprofit called Bulldozer Health, bulldozerhealth.org. We help people to get their medical card and to access alternative health. But, it's a long road. And one of the reasons I will show myself smoking and holding a joint is because I'm a middle-aged woman who, people might not think that I'm doing that, right? I hope that helps to break the stigma. I've had people criticize me about that. Why do you have to show yourself? Because you know what? It's not a crime. It's a healing plant and it's not a bad thing to be using it, So yeah.
Not to fan the flames of any knowledge that I may have, but I know for a fact that there's a lot of tobacco companies that are moving on into cannabis products. They're moving on because here's the thing: you can have a client that's addicted. And let's be honest, you can have an addiction to cannabis products. You can, whether that's a personal addiction where through a habit. And they're doing lots of studies on the new effects of it to the brain. So we'll leave that there where it's at. But that somebody that it helps keep them alive, or one that kills them eventually. there's a longer profit curve on keeping your client alive. And that is, I mean, it may be capitalistic in their drive, but I would much rather have every tobacco company on the planet pushing cannabis and CBD down my throat than tobacco.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my response to that is, you know, how are they producing it? Are they producing it organically? What are they doing to it? What kind of chemicals? This plant was, to me, was meant to be grown in your yard for your family's use, for medicine, if you're growing hemp, for paper, for everything, clothing,
Well,
this
it
this
used to
is
be a
what
mandate by the U.S. government that
See,
you were required to grow it. So,
yeah,
I
right.
kind of have a problem with the tobacco companies being in the cannabis industry. I really do. I'm a smoker,
mhm,
unfortunately, but I get these little leaflets in my cigarettes,
yeah,
and the little leaflets are like little court orders that they received from the federal court to put on there that they deliberately put things in there to cause addiction and sustain it. All right. So
right.
if they do that to my cigarettes,
What are they
right?
gonna do? What are they going to do to
What
your
are they going to
cannabis?
put in my What are they going to put in my cannabis? And Marlboro, for any of you guys who don't know, they go by Altria in the cannabis industry.
Hmm. I did not know.
So I don't trust them. And honestly, I
Yeah.
will never buy cannabis ever from a tobacco company. And I'm a smoker.
You got to stop smoking. I used to smoke. I quit.
Yeah, I want to, but it's very, very hard.
Well, it's one of the most addictive things on the planet. It's very difficult to stop.
When I came off the pharmaceuticals, I stopped smoking too. I've smoked on and off in my life, but when they said I was going to die, I started smoking again after not smoking for a long time. I was like, what the heck? I love it.
Right?
But then I had to quit that too. I just decided, since I was miserable anyway, coming off opiates and all the stuff, um,
Right.
you know, might as well do that. But it's so addictive, so addictive. And I agree with you, Renee. I mean, how do we know what they're going to do to it? Yeah, I don't trust it.
So
They've never had my health, in their best interests ever. I
here's
mean, tobacco on its own. I mean, think about all the chemicals that they put in that. Something that they know that I'm going to smoke.
Yeah.
right. What about? I mean, I'm not gonna take us down this road too pointedly, but I'm gonna just kind of drop a little point on that. The same goes with our food industry. If you really
Oh
want to,
yeah.
the majority of the food manufacturers, the food production companies in the United States, put a ton of extra stuff on their food that is
Oh, the Codex Alimentarius.
there you go. So I mean, when we talk about this, the reason I kind of bring this up is that in this new world of the hemp industry, we have an opportunity to build an infrastructure in our products and build it from the get-go to not have those kind of problems.
Right.
Looking at it to just doing it right the first time. You what's that saying? You have three choices. You can have it fast, you can have it cheap, and you can have it right. You only get to pick two. Um, we have an opportunity because of our influence in the industry, what we're doing in the industry, to make sure that we're doing things that are going to be bring homeostasis to our industry, not just
Right.
profit and all that, but homeostasis. Is there a balance to what we're doing? Was it sustainable for the universe, the entire planet, for everybody? And is it doing what it needs to be done? Because there's a lot of I won't go into great detail, but there's a lot of waste in our industry right now. And a lot of that waste is product that could be making people healthier. You talk about plant proteins, and you talk about CBD and whole crops that are getting lost because we can't process them correctly and do it fast enough. These little hiccups in our logistical chain of this industry, we need to iron those out so that we can just have a much easier flow. We can get the product to the people that need it, the way that they need it, and make it available to everybody. That's one of the things, like why we took CBD. Because of the 18 Farm Bill, we're 50 state federally legal to ship our product anywhere in the United States. And that gives us the ability to get that product into people's hands as quickly as possible. That's why we make it the potency that we make it, so that it's nice and available to everybody. Same thing. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I mean, right now, of course, there's another comment period. The DEA is trying to make changes to the CBD industry where you can't have it going across state lines for
Texas is trying to
production.
ban some stuff.
So, a couple of things you should probably know about that. Like, one, the federal farm bill already passed, so it's already 50 state legal. It can already go across state lines. Secondly, the U.S. Postal Service has been adamant about their cooperation with hemp and helping us continue to make CBD and hemp products available to the public. On top of the fact of one of the products that we make is called Ganja Walla. The reason we make that product is because it was I forget the number of the name of the actual law. I should have it. I have it memorized and I can't think of it off the top of my head. But basically, there's a grandfather. Go ahead. The ODI law. The ODI law basically means that CBD, because it was sold in the United States, all across the United States, in Sears and Roebuck's magazine, Ganja Walla is a hemp-based product, and therefore it predates the FDA's ruling in 1964. So it's been grandfathered in. They can try all they want. That'll win in court every single time. Bye. We had problems. We went to Vegas after we went to the Dallas Expo. We talked with the Dallas PD came and they talked to us. They talked to us more than they talked to any of the other vendors of the Dallas thing because we're deep into the hemp industry. And they asked us a mazillion questions about that stuff. And when we went to Vegas for the Vegas Expo, there was some people running around saying the FDA this, FDA that. I openly tried to chase this FDA person down because I know what the law is. I've read it, and they don't want to say that, but because this product and the way that it was sold and the advertising copy that is there per their law, there's nothing they can do about it. Now that it's legal again, it's opened up back up. And it was only illegal for two reasons: to feed the greed of cotton and to racially segregate people. So any federal group trying to stop that is openly trying to continue segregation in the United States. I don't know what else to say about that. So we may have also sent them a letter already, so whatever. Anyways, it is what it is. They're going to try to do what they're going to try to do, but the thing is that if they would just stop and look at the fact that let's look at the facts. The last time we had a financial crisis that wasn't even close to this, when the housing dropped off in 2005, legalization of marijuana in the very few states that it was legal in at the time is what saved our economy. Right now we're dying, and I literally I have more products and inventions and access to people that have products that are ready to go, but there is no infrastructure already in existence in hemp to get these products to people. That's economic growth. That's economic stability. That's everything you're looking for in the rebirth of America. You want to make America great again? The first flag was made of hemp. The first flag was made of hemp. Okay? Bring that stuff back. We have tons and tons and tons of stuff. We could have tons of money coming in. Billions and billions of dollars in every industry, not just smokables and that stuff. There's a whole tech industry that needs it. There's a whole industrial part of it that we can get back into, Yep. So they want to go after it for stupid stuff like extracts. They're idiots stepping over pennies. They're stepping over billions of dollars to pick up pennies. And argue to keep the drug war going that everybody knows already failed miserably. I don't understand. Anyways, I can get off that soapbox real quick. Let's talk about something more fun. Derek, let's talk about music, man.
I love playing it. I love everything about it, man. Recently, I've been just, I'm always practicing my craft, but recently I've been trying to become a more objective listener, especially when I'm taking on projects like recording drums or new instruments or vocals. So what comes with that is, for the longest time, I've been like, oh, I love everything but country pop and, you know, screamo or whatever, you know, that, not that I'm hating on metal. I love metal. Metal's beautiful. But, you know, what comes with that territory is I've got to suck up my own ego and really open up my ears to a lot of genres that I've been turned off to just because of either social stigma or my own taste is like, nah, that doesn't flow with my vibe. You know, it's like, just got to open up.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm really into the Dead South lately. And not something I would normally be into, but like if somebody tells me you gotta hear this song, I have to listen to it. Like I don't care if it's not a genre. Like I learned somebody taught me a few years back, probably like 8 or 9 years back, like, and when somebody's adamant about letting you hear a song, like music is part of their love language, you got to listen to it. For some reason, that song, it touches them in some way that just, you got to listen. And that's how I find new music. And I find stuff that I'm always surprised at what I'm like, God, that really touches me. So I feel you on that. Absolutely. Anyone else? No, I can talk all day about cannabis if we want to, but it has been a great show. I want to thank everybody for coming on. Again, Wendy Love Edge and the Wendy Love Edge Show with Topher Kogan. Yes, I want to make sure on last names because I mess up last names, which is bad because I have a horrible last name to say. So the fact that I can't say other people's last names is kind of, what's that word I'm looking for? Irony? That's what it is.
Well, my name has been Edge now for 10 years. I took my wife's name when we got married, and she'll say, "Oh, that's the best thing she got from me." That's what she tells people all the time. It's a great name. When I met her, she's a musician. She was playing bass for a band traveling all over the country, and I used to go see them all the time. I'd meet them, wherever they were in New York and California, everywhere. Anyway, and we were just friends, but I thought it was a stage name. I mean, Edge is a great name for a bass player too,
right?
So, yeah, and so now it's mine too. It's just like, it's still my name, remember?
Taking ownership. Don't get mad if your significant other wants to take ownership. Like, I got you. It's good. Fantastic. Yeah, again, Wendy Love Edge and her show. Check them out on YouTube. The links are going to be below. The show is fantastic. They're in their 4th season. Topher, I love his energy. He's hilarious. Definitely check out that show. We'll talk again soon. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's been great.
Now, wait, we're sending you guys some care packages. So you're going to get some things, some tasty treats to check out. And we'll talk to you more about that later. And Renee. Thank you so much for coming on. Again, that's KM420 Radio on mixlr.com. 24 hours, 7 days a week, cannabis content. They replay a Wendy Love show if you want to check that out. And they also are bringing awareness out to Walk the Number 4 Change US, which is all about changing the laws and the regulations about cannabis nationwide. Is that correct, Rin?
That is, absolutely. Thank you very much for having me on. It's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. We can't wait to have you guys on again. And you guys can come on if you want to have a secret. You want to come on and just test it. You can do that. So just let us know. All right. And then Derek, Wieand. I know. Yes. You and I have to talk about some music things. I've got something going on in the back of my head that's been bothering me for a few days. And I know, like, you already do this. You try to do this as a business. I've got some ideas for you, might help you out a little bit. We'll talk about that. Again, music producer, check out his bands online. He's The Buds, which is also the house band for Wendy's show. I lost my list. Say the second one again.
The Candid.
The Candid and the Sweater. No Sweater. No Sweater. And then your last one is OSC1 or Oscillator 1. And that's your private personal product, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Check all those out on YouTube, Spotify. All the links and stuff will be below later on in the comments. We'll see you next time. Thank you again from Encourageable Candy, Opal Stack, and me, Donovan.